Hello everybody, this is Fronito Bobbin here, and welcome back to Trainz Simulator 3, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Eureka Valley route. Yes, it's a route that came out actually a couple of months actually, and I even announced it, like, hey, Eureka Valley is here in my community tab. But I decided not to review at that point because, I thought that there wasn't a lot of new content here. I mean, there was some new stuff in here, but it didn't really interest me all that much, so I decided that it would be better to just not do this video for a while. But I thought to myself, you know what, it's been a little while since I've done a Trainz Simulator 3 video on a new route and everything, and there's some stuff in here that I do find to be interesting. So here we are then. This route has been up for a couple of months, but here right now we're reviewing here on the Fronito channel. Yeah, so Eureka Valley, it is yet another pro train route based in America. We've had a lot of those. Although saying that, this is actually the most recent route that's been released for Trainz Simulator 3 actually. Yeah, this route came out way back in August. I think it was actually right at the end of August, and we actually have not had a new route since, and it is actually going to be November by the time that this video goes up, so yeah, it has been, it's been quite a while since we've got a new route. So here we are then, taking a look at Eureka Valley, which despite being 2 months old already, is still the newest route here in Trainz Simulator 3. It's basically, I think it's a desert route as well. It's kind of like the Inyo Mountains route, so, yeah, okay, well, I don't know, but we'll take a look at this route, of course, in great detail, and, yeah, so with that being said, let's start out by taking a look at everything that get here in the Eureka Valley route here in Trainz Simulator 3. So first up is actually the engine that we'll be driving for today. It is this, the NASA SW1500. Yeah, now the SW1500 is a locomotive that's been in this game for quite a while actually. Well, this is the first time I've seen it in a NASA paint scheme. Yeah, NASA is now a thing here in Trainz Simulator 3. I didn't know NASA had their own locomotives, unless this is just a fictional paint job that Mr. Project came up with. But yeah, I've actually driven the SW1500 on this channel before, although I think it was actually in the CSX livery way back when the Atona Martian Yard route came out. Yeah, so I think it's the same old thing, but in a different paint scheme. So yeah, it looks pretty neat. So good look at the interior, and the interior is actually pretty much the same old shunter cab that we've seen in a lot of different shunting interior in this game, actually. In fact, I think this was actually in the same old cab that was used in the SW1500 that was in the Shoreline Railroad route that I reviewed. Actually, it was quite a while ago, actually, back in July. So yeah, although it feels recent though for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, there you go then. So yeah, there's the cab of the locomotive, and of course, let's do the horn. And pretty good horn and bell. And I have a couple of some box cars. These are the box cars that will actually be pulling in the story that we'll be playing for today. However, these are not exclusive to this route. These are actually the default box cars they get with the base game. So yeah, not new content there, but I figured I would include it just for completion and the game's being weird. Okay, whatever. Alright then, well, now we get to a whole new line of rolling stock, although we have a couple of locomotives here that are not new. Starting with this one, this is the Southern Pacific AC44CW, and this is the reason why I decided to not review this route until now. Yeah, AC44CW is a locomotive that we've had a few times now, and it's not new, and I think actually even this livery, but I think this actually, I think this is even included in the Badges Pass route, which is now free, so yeah. I don't think you have to pay to get this locomotive anymore. You can just download it with the Badges Pass route. But for those who haven't seen this before, here's your first look at it then. The Southern Pacific AC44CW. Yeah. So not a new locomotive, but it is a nice one done by Pro Train. So yeah, I can say that much about it. Interior cab. And yeah, the cab is nice as well. Nothing new though, that's why I'm a little bit unenthusiastic, because it's all stuff we've seen before. Yeah. Alright, there you go. Alright, horn and bell. There you go. Wait, what? Is that the bell end sound? I don't know what that thing was, but there you go. Then that's the SP1500. No, you get I don't know why I'm confusing these two, but you go AC44CW in the Pacific livery. Okay, now we get to some interesting stuff, because now we have a whole line of rolling stock to take a look at, and this is actually all new stuff, actually, or I think it's new. I don't remember seeing any of the routes. First up, we have the 52-foot gondola BNSF 4 Weathered. We have had a little gondolas in this game previously, but I don't think we've ever had this specific gondola here, this BNSF graffiti version. I'm not sure. But there you go then. Alright, next we have this thing. This is the 54-foot Morton Salt covered hopper. Yeah, now this is definitely new. I've never seen this before. Yeah, Morton Salt. Is that even a real railroad, or is that something that they made up for this game? Not sure, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure what the lore is behind Morton Salt. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. Up next, we have this thing. This is the 89-foot auto rack tri-level BNSF 820668. Now, of course, we have had auto racks before, obviously. In fact, I just reviewed some auto racks in the St. Holly sub review that I did back in September. That was my most recent Trainz Simulator review before this one. But I looked in the list, and I could not find this thing in the list of any of the other routes, because because if you don't know, I always write down what you get in every single route. I looked through my list to see if I could find this thing in any other route, and yeah, from what I know, this particular auto rack has not been featured in any other route. Although again, I might be wrong, although it's still an auto rack, so nothing really too new there. But I figured I'd include in this contest either way. Alright, now back to something that's definitely new. The CP Container Flat 1, which I would assume is loadable, but obviously we don't have the survey still, so yeah. Although I suppose this is a CP rail car, so why is there a CP rail car and I don't know, Pacific? I have no idea. Although, saying that, it gets worse, as you'll see later on. Anyway, up next we have the Flat Car 50-foot Southern Diggers. Yeah. This is a, what do they call it, a stake car? I don't know, but yeah, it's a flat car with a digger on it. Yeah. How about it? Also, what's that flag, though? That green, white, and purple. Is that some sort of country flag or something? I have no idea. But there you go, then. Oh, it might be the number. I don't know. Anyway, here's the same car, but this time empty. This is known as the Flat Car 50-foot Southern S. So I guess S is supposed to be empty, although S is not E, so I don't know. Maybe it's just Southern or something. I don't know. But there you go. And finally, the same Southern flat car, but this time with a shovel. Yeah. It's a pretty big shovel, actually. Yeah, actually, it's a really big shovel. What would you use that for? I actually have no idea. There you go, then. Alright, 2 more cars in this contest. Here's an interesting one. This is the... Wait. Oh, yeah, this is the Morton Salt Hopper. I was confused with the Morton Salt Covered Hopper. Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course, because of the wind generator. But yeah, there's the Morton Salt Hopper. When it rains, it pours. So, yeah. Yeah, I know this also hasn't been featured in any of the routes because, I mean, have you ever seen this painting before in this game? I haven't. But there you go. And finally, the Sterling Salt Bull Copper. Yeah, which is also new. Although, it's a pretty old asset, though. In fact, these are both pretty old assets. So these have probably been like the PC version of the game for years, but have only now been added to Trainz Simulator 3. For some reason, I don't know, actually. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's that contest done. Alright, so... Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, and... Up next, we have another AC4 for CW, this time in the Union Pacific livery. And again, it's... I don't think this is new. Well, I'm not sure. Have I ever reviewed the Union Pacific variant before? I'm not actually remember. Maybe I did. I don't know. It's been a while. But for those who haven't seen any previous videos of mine, here it is again. Or, here it is for the first time. I don't know why I say here it is again, because, you know. Alright, interior cab. And I'm assuming the cab is the same as the Southern Pacific variant. So the horn and bell. Okay, different runabout from the Sun Pacific one then. Alright, cool. Alright, there you go then. That's the, yep, Pacific AC4FCW. And now some rolling stock, which is not new. Yeah, I divided the two cons, but concepts of new stuff never concepts of old stuff, so... Yeah, here we go then. First up here, we have the 50-foot boxcar Union Pacific RLXYT, which has been featured in multiple routes now. Actually, this isn't the first. They said it's far from the first one. I think it's actually added to the game all the way back in the with what was it? The Yellowstone route that came out a couple years ago. Yeah. Where's time go? Up next, we have 50-foot boxcar Union Pacific SXPD. Yeah, it's got some silver lining and stuff. Okay, up next, same thing, but this time XYT, with only a gray roof. Roof is all yellow. And finally, the same car again, but this time YXPD, which has a some gray in different areas. But like I said, these have not new to Trainz Simulator 3. These have been featured multiple times, but I guess if you haven't got these yet, then, well, you can get them in this route, so there you go. Alright, for some stacked cars, up next we have the Pacific National RQZY Container Wagon and Platform. Yeah, there's also been featured a few times in different routes. I forget what was the last one to have these flat cars, but, yeah, they are in this route. And of course, we also have the Pacific National, same thing, but this time the middle platform. I think I'm supposed to put the ends at like the end, and then like the middle goes in the middle. But I just put the two down because, well, I couldn't be bothered. And now for the TTX Husky Stack 53s. Yep, first we have the empty one. I think these are actually included in the what's it called? The Tehachapi password that came out back in May, I think it was. So you have that. You also have the loaded one. This is loaded number 1 with the China shipping containers. And finally, TTX Husky Stack 53 loaded number 2. This one's been obscured by shadows, but there's a better look at it. Yeah, I think I showed this one off in the Chappie Pass video anyway. So if you want to get a better look at this thing, watch that video. There you go. All right, so that's all of that content then. Which some of it, well, most of it makes sense, but here's probably the weirdest part about this route. Yeah, so for some reason, yeah, this is included with the route. Yeah, here we have. Okay, ignore the empty stuff for a second. We have foreign rolling stock in an American route. I have absolutely no idea why this is here. Yeah, this some British stuff. Then there's some. Is that New Zealand stuff? VR? Is that Australian? Is that New Zealand? I have no idea. But there you go. You have all this stuff, which is it doesn't make sense. Why is this here? Because this is, I think that's the first time I've ever seen this. Okay, maybe the first time, but it's... Okay, first time it's been done to this extreme. We've never had an American route with so much foreign rolling stock, so, yeah, I guess we'll get into it then. So, here we are then. First thing in this contest is the RCH 1923 5-plank BR period 01. Again, I have absolutely no idea why this is here, but it's here, so I gotta include it. You know, all these reviews I do always give you a complete look of everything they get. So, yeah, if it's in the route, it's going to go in the review. So, I don't know. My best explanation that this stuff might be included in, like it's, like, seen or something, I have no idea. Maybe we'll see it. And up next is the RCH 1923 5-plank Harry Whitehouse number 16. Yeah, Harry Whitehouse. Yeah, no idea why this is here. This doesn't make sense to me. Alright, let's just get over it then. Up next is the LMS 12-ton vented van. Sounds like those vans you see in Thomas and Friends. Alright. Up next is the GWR Mach 1 Royal Mail coach, which actually looks pretty. Oh, I take that back. Actually, it's okay. It's an interesting shape, but there's very low detail. Yeah, this thing is old, or should I say, it's old. I mean, look at the texturing. Oh, it's so bad. I think that begs even weirder question. Then why is this here? Because it's so ancient. Look at how bad it looks. Man, compared to what's right next to this thing, I mean, why is this even here? We have an Ampli coach. Look how much nicer this coach looks. And look how bad this thing looks. And I kid you not, these are in the same add-on. Why? Why is this here? Alright, well that's British stuff. Now we have some Australian stuff. Then we have a trio of coaches. This is the VR A-Car 6-wheel BG. Yeah, I don't know. Are these to use as scenery pieces on the route somewhere, or are these? I have no idea. Or is this a mistake? But actually, does it have a passive view? It does. Oh, but it's a really bad passive. Okay. Okay, it's very bare bones. There's very little detail in here. But there you go. Alright, up next you have the VR B car 6-wheel BG. So this is, yes, that's the B car. That's the, hang on, this is the A car, and this is the B car. Not sure what's the difference, other than the textures slightly different. I guess like second class or something, although why is that the name of the first class and second class? Yeah, you have A and B. Well, maybe that's what it means. A class and B class, I guess. Does it have an interior by any chance? I think it's the same one. Or, okay, whatever. Alright, and finally we have the VR B car 4-wheel. So, yeah, same coach, but this time with 4 wheels instead of 6. Yeah, I have no idea why this British and stuff is here. It's just, it doesn't make sense. Now, maybe it will make sense later on, or maybe one of you guys will have an answer for me, but as to why this foreign content is here, I have absolutely no idea. At least all the American stuff does make some sense for being here. You know, like all the stuff here, but this foreign stuff, I have no idea. But again, maybe we'll find out at some point in this video. I don't know. We'll see. Alright then, now let's talk about Amtrak for a bit. So I guess I'll say this now. I actually have plans on doing a follow-up video, actually. So I'm actually not going to give you an in-depth look over this stuff today because, yeah, we have the P482 with the viewliners. Yeah, the viewliners are a thing that came to Trainz Simulator 3 actually a little bit ago, but I haven't actually taken a look at them on this channel yet. I will, however, soon, actually. Yeah, I do plan on doing a follow-up video actually showing you the viewliner cars in depth, and you'll see the stuff in more depth then. Yeah, so... but for today, then, I'll just give you, well, run off what you get. So you have the Amtrak P42 in the Phase 5 livery. There's a couple of Ampli coaches. You got the Ampli 1 Business Class coach, as well as the Ampli 2 coach. I think this have a passive view as well. I think the Ampli 2 coach has a passive view. Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah. I might be showing this off in the upcoming video, so I may as well show it to you now. But here's the interior view of the Ampli 2 coach. Looks really nice, actually. It's much better than those Australian coaches. I don't think this thing has a passive view. This coach here might. No, it's just the other one. Okay, that's fine. Alright, but then we also have the viewliners, and then there's this thing. Yeah, this is a Viewliner 2 coach in the Phase 4B Amtrak paint scheme. And I'm going to talk about this in the upcoming video. But yeah, for now, here's the Viewliner 1 diner. Even though there never was a Viewliner 1 diner, but there you go in the Phase 4B paint job. But of course, let's get the Viewliner 2 diner in Phase 3, as well as the Viewliner 2 sleeper in Phase 3. And of course, we also have the Viewliner baggage car, which has been seen in quite a few routes now, actually. This is not new, but the Viewliners are actually new. Well, new-ish. But yeah, I'll give you guys a better rundown of these coaches in the full video, where I'll actually be reviewing the Amtrak Viewliner packs that released actually back in May. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Otherwise, if you want to see them now, well, look at, well, I don't know, maybe if it's been a couple of weeks, you'll have seen the video, and I don't know, maybe I'll look at the pins come or something. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, there you have it. That is all the things I'm willing to get with this route. Some of this actually kind of cool, but this stuff doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Why is there 4 rolls like an American route? Maybe we'll find out today, maybe we won't, I don't know. So let's take a look at the route itself then. Here's actually Eureka Valley itself, the route's namesake. We also have this telescope thing. This looks like some sort of like NASA thing that goes on, so that looks interesting. And there's one that goes up there through like there's like a big desert here. There's nothing really here. And there's this Piper Fields thing here. Yep, that exists. Then more route stuff here. Yeah, there's a branch line that goes here. And there's the route that goes here, around here. And that's the full route. So yeah, a tram. Is a tram in this route? Wait. Okay. I suppose I do this in a scenario. Oh. Okay, whatever. Alright, well there you go, that's the full route then. Okay, well. In that case then, there you have it. That is a complete look then at everything you get with the Eureka Valley rules. Everything's reloading in. So with that being said, let's do what we usually do, and we'll take a look at the scenarios and then do some driving. Alright, so here is all of the scenarios they get. You get, of course, as always, 4 pre-scripted scenarios and 4 free drive scenarios. You get free drive autumn, bad weather, night, and summer. I don't know what the EV stands for, but whatever. And of course, you also get 4 pre-scripted scenarios, which actually use all 4 locomotives. You have the replacement parts support, which is the Southern Pacific AC-4 for CW, the NASA telescope run, which uses the NASA shunting engine that we'll be doing today, actually. We have containers, which of course use the I almost said CSX there, the Union Pacific AC-4 for CW, and the patch service, which of course uses the Amtrak equipment, which we'll actually be doing in the next video. But, well, not the next video, but you get what I mean. We're doing the Amtrak video. But for today, we'll be doing the NASA telescope run. This one does use the default rolling stuff, but I decided to do this one anyway because, NASA telescope run, that sounds pretty interesting, actually. Yeah, it's something we don't really do, and we haven't done a shunting engine in a while, so I figured why not do one today. So, yeah, that's a telescope run. Alright, now let's schedule today various spare parts for the telescopes, and that's all she wrote. So, let's get into it. Alright, so immediately we have a message. Please bring the boxcars with third parts to different telescopes. Okay. And then we get the actual intro here. Alright. Alright, so here we are then. And, I guess, wait, is there a caboose? No, it's just the boxcars. Okay. Turn the lights. There we go. Alright, let's get on with it. Alright. Okay, Eureka Telescope Site Field Drop-Off. Okay, where are we actually? Oh, is this where the telescope is supposed to be at? I don't know. Is this the NASA site? I have no idea. Also, the route takes a while to load because there's a lot of stuff in here. So, I don't know. I will admit, I'm a little bit scared this game might crash. I don't think it will, though. I think this route does at least seem more stable than the In Your Mountains 2 route, so I guess there's that. Yeah, In Your Mountains 2, a route that they still have not fixed, and at this point, I'm not even sure if I'm ever going to be able to do that video. Unless they update the game or something, or I get a new iPad. I don't know, but, yeah. Anyways, so, yeah, so, just getting my seat here. Yeah. So, yeah, ooh, we're going to the building here. Cool. Yeah, so Trainz Simulator 3. Yeah. Through the building. Alright. Are we at a U-turn? I guess we are. Ooh, look at those chemical things. Yeah. Alrighty then. So yeah, Trainz Simulator 3. We are back. It's been a little bit actually, and even me saying that, I haven't actually been doing that many Trainz Simulator 3 videos lately, but to be fair, there has been a lot of new content that's come out recently either. I mean, in terms of new routes, I mean, again, I should mention this. This route, Eureka Valley, came out back in late August, and it is now late October as I'm recording this video, and November as of when this video comes out. And yet there has actually not been a new route since, so, yeah. But I decided to do this video because, I figured, well, there's at least some stuff we're checking out, so, yeah. So maybe thinking then, well, if you're doing this review, why not do the Rats and Pass review as well? I don't know. I might do the Rats and Pass review at some point, but it's probably going to be a long while longer until I get around to reviewing that, just because there's not much new in there. I decided to do this review because at least, the NASA SW1500 looked interesting, and it turns out there's actually more stuff in this route, actually, that I didn't even realize were here, so, yeah, this route I would say this route's more interesting than I thought. Wait, rough handling. Wait, I'm getting points for rough handling now? What? Okay. That's new. Yeah. Oh, route error. Oh, that's great. Alright, please write back and bring the first telescopes. Okay. Route error. Oh, that fills me with confidence. Okay. I gotta bring it backwards. Okay. Okay, so you know what? I'll talk a little about Trainz Simulator 3 then, actually, because I've just noticed this today because it's like the first time I've even played this game in a while. I think this game actually got an update at some point because I noticed the menu looks a little bit different. So, yeah, I guess I don't know when this was, but yeah, I guess some time ago actually, between the last video and this video. I think I remembered actually. I think Ty Walmart actually told me that in my server actually there was an update that came out for this game. And I've noticed the menu looks a little bit different. Actually, the markers look a little bit different as well. Otherwise, I don't know. We'll see. Actually, you know something? Maybe I should check out the Angel Mountains route again, see if that works any better. Although, thing is though, I don't really want to because the problem with Angel Mountains 2, or well, the problem with this game in general actually, is that if the game like freezes up or like crashes, the route's unloadable, or the white screen of death comes, you have to delete the game and then reinstall it. It's just stupid, and I don't really want to do that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. Maybe I should have. Actually, I just completely forgot that even was a game update. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. For now, enjoy the Eureka Valley review then. So yeah. All right. Actually, there was another reason behind this review, actually. So, as I mentioned in the intro bit, that not the intro bit, but in the Rolling Stock review bit, yeah, you also get the Amtrak P42 and VLAN codes with this route, which actually released way back in May. Actually, this is the first time they've been featured in a route. Still, though, I actually do plan on getting the VLAN packs, and I actually do plan on reviewing both of them. I'm planning on doing it in a couple of weeks from now, actually. So, yeah, look out for that then. Yeah, that's why I just kind of glossed over the viewliners today in this video. It's because I plan on giving them a more in-depth review in the next Trainz Simulator 3 video. So, yeah, there you go. And if the video's already out by the time this video comes out, then, maybe I'll have a link to it in the pinned comment or something, or maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Or if anyone asks for it and stuff, then, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what I said it'd do. Yeah. But for today, I thought it would be interesting to do the NASA shunting engine. Yeah. We went backwards for a while. There's some sort of like NASA site. Where's the rocket launcher? Come on. It's NASA. They're known for space technology. I'm sure a lot of wind generators around here. Yeah, I'm speeding a little bit, but I don't want to go that slow. Like 10 miles per hour. I am not doing that speed. Way too slow. Yeah. Something I've also noticed, though, is that this route is all desert, or mostly desert, which is weird because you get the VLAN coaches that, we get the VLAN coach with this route. Even though in real life, the Amtrak VLAN coach only run on the eastern part of the United States. Yeah. I think actually the most western services that use it is the Lakeshore Limited that goes to Chicago, and the Crescent, which goes to New Orleans, although that's still in the more greener part of the country. Whereas, like, this desert part, you know, this is the part of the country that you would see, that you'd be more likely to see the superliners. You know, even when they changed up the Silver Star and made it to the Floridian, you know, that train still comes from Chicago, which, you know, which is still green. And I should know this because I drove all the way from New England to Chicago, and it was quite possibly the most boring thing that I had ever done. Yeah. Yeah, probably because I don't really enjoy driving long distances in general. I find long distance road journeys boring, but also, even the scenery couldn't even keep me interested because it was just all green. Yeah. So that's something that we'll never be doing again. Yeah, because next time I go to Chicago, I'm definitely going to be taking public transport. Either I'm going to fly there or take Amtrak. Actually, I might even take Amtrak. I don't know. We'll see how much money I have by that point, but, yeah. Anyway, what else is new? Yeah, there's also my first Trainz Simulator 3 video in about a month and a half, actually. I actually didn't do one throughout the whole month of October. I was planning this video last week, actually. you know, to end off the month of October. But I decided to push this video back a week because well, I've been really busy actually with YouTube Shorts actually. So I guess I'll talk about that then. Since actually it was related to my channel then, and also related to my money making mission. So a couple of weeks ago, I finally figured out a YouTube short strategy that has potential with it, and it's actually pretty simple. It's just taking viral videos and edit them a little bit to go viral. Yeah. Now I may be thinking, well, are you sure about that? Well, yeah, because I've literally seen other people do it actually. In fact, I actually found another YouTube channel that does a similar concept actually, where they take already viral videos and then they change them up a little bit and re-upload them. You know, so I was like, holy moly, it really is that simple. So I've started doing that now. Yeah, I've been doing this for about a week and a half now at this point. So I'm publishing this video. Yeah, and in case you're wondering why am I doing YouTube Shorts, well, it's because it turns out that going viral on YouTube Shorts is actually not that difficult. It just kind of... Okay, it kind of is, though, because it's kind of a needle in a haystack where you make so many shorts a week, but only one of them has a chance of going viral, or in my case, none of them so far. Although, say none so far. I don't know, maybe one has gone viral by the time I publish this video a couple days from now, but we'll see. But yeah, I decided not to do this video last week because I wanted to prioritize YouTube Shorts content. Yes, so I decided to do that, which should pay off in the end. But of course, this week I had a little bit more time, so I decided to do this video today. Although I almost considered not doing this video today either because Tuesday wasn't as productive as I would have liked it to be. That was really my own fault for not knowing what I was doing. But I did the best I could, and I figured that yeah, I can do this video today. And also it feels like the end of the Trainz Simulator 3 video, because like I said, I have not done a Trainz Simulator 3 video in a little while. Actually, and Trainz Simulator 3 is the flagship game here on this channel, so so I thought to myself then, yeah, let's do a Trainz Simulator 3 video. Because why not? Actually, I'm gonna be getting two Trainz Simulator 3 videos actually, because of course we have this video, of course the you know, the Eureka Valley review, and then next week, or no, not next week, 2 weeks from now, I'll be doing the Amtrak Viewline review. Yeah. So there will be a video next week actually, although that video will be on Trainz Simulator 6, and that's to sort of make things more consistent, I guess, because I like consistency. After the Viewliner video, though, I'm not sure what to do after that, although I say Viewliner 2 weeks from now. That is actually unless a new Trainz Simulator 3 route comes out. Because like, it's been a couple of months since the last route release, so you know what, if one comes out in a couple weeks from now, I will review that instead, and then I'll do the Viewliner review 2 weeks after that instead. But if no route comes out in the next couple of weeks, then I'll just do the Viewliner review, and then, I don't know, we'll see what I decide to do next. I should have done Trainz Simulator 6 content in October, though, yeah, yeah, on launch week, I did 2 live streams on Trainz Simulator 6 covering, well, one live stream covering the base content, another live stream covering the deluxe train stuff. Then week after that, I did a video that was supposed to show off the new faults simulation feature in Trainz Simulator 6, but that video honestly became kind of a waste of time. Well, I have thought about redoing that video at some point, because I think they might have changed the faults and stuff, but we'll see whenever I decide to get around to that. And then I did a video the week after that, which wasn't so much of a waste of time. That was driving the New Jersey Transit Airway Freight on the Northeast Corridor, so, yep. And then this video was actually planned to be next up. I was going to do this video last week, but I decided to prioritize YouTube Shorts because, you know, I want to make some money here. But, yeah, I had some time this week, so I figured let's do it this video. Well, I have some time. Here's the thing, though. I always make sure that on Thursdays, I always have time to do these videos. It's just that sometimes I can't because I'm doing other stuff, like, you know, YouTube Shorts stuff, so, yeah. Although, to be fair, I do usually upload videos on Thursdays, so, yeah. Let's bring it to a stop. Okay. And we'll come to a stop right about here. Alright, a couple of the last car. Oh, we're only covering the last one. Okay. Alright. Oops. Oh, I forgot where's the decoupling features at. Yeah, it's been a while. Oh, no. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, it's been a while. Oh. Wait, are you literally swapping up each boxcar at each of the telescopes? Oh. Huh. Oh, so where even are we now? We're, Oh, we're all the way along here. Huh. So we have to drop this off at every single time. Is that the whole scenario? Oh. Yeah, okay, this video might be a bit underwhelming. I wasn't expecting this was going to be the scenario, but... I mean, it's different from what we usually do, so I figured why not. Yeah. I will say this, though, when I do the Amtrak Viewliner review video, I will actually be doing the Amtrak service that comes with the scenario, so I'll actually be able to see more of the Eureka Valley route. So yeah, you'll be getting 2 videos on this route, as opposed to just 1. So, yeah. Alright. See, what's the speed size? 43 miles, 40%? Yeah, this was 43%. Okay, that'll work. Alright. I guess I'll talk about a little bit about my financial situation, because that does actually relate to my YouTube Shorts experiment that I'm currently trying. I mean, well, okay, saying that, it's still pretty much the same, actually. Now, fun enough, I actually didn't talk about my financial situation at all, actually, in the last video, because I didn't want to say anything at that point, because, I wasn't sure what to do at that point, so I decided just not to say anything. But I will talk about this video, because my situation is a bit more clear, I will say. Get a couple last car again. Yep. Okay. Alright. But yeah, my situation is pretty much the same as it has been now, actually, for months at this point. It's still not good, but basically this YouTube Shorts thing I'm trying now is my latest attempt at trying to change things around. And you may be thinking to yourself then, well, is this YouTube Shorts thing even going to work? I mean, again, I see people doing it all the time. In fact, here's the thing, YouTube Shorts isn't even that hard, actually. Because I've seen people do it so often. I mean, because seriously, I'm currently in a, I actually paid for a $300 membership group with, knowledgeable people who actually know how YouTube Shorts work. And I've actually gotten some feedback actually on my own shorts already. So, I'm hoping to keep that process going. And hopefully eventually get my first viral short at some point. Yeah. I say at this point, though, I'm still currently in the experimental phase. I'm trying out different things to try to see if I can get ahead somehow. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But yeah. But I'm gonna keep at it for now. I'm gonna have to, because here's the thing, the thing is with YouTube Shorts is that this is kind of my last stage ever at this point. Like, if for whatever reason I can't make YouTube Shorts work, then yeah, it's a possibility that I might have to end up getting a job, which I don't want to get a job because I just don't want to get a job. I would rather, make money online at home, but well, we'll see what happens. Now, again, it's still pretty days in YouTube Shorts, though, in my YouTube Shorts journey, so, and, I think most people get their first video, like, after 2 or 3 weeks of starting up, so, I'm still not at that point yet, so I'm going to keep at it for now. I'm also going to, try out maybe some different experiments, figure out what clips I want to do. And I'm still in the process of figuring everything out, basically. So, yeah. Don't know how long it will be until my first viral video, but we'll see what happens. Because viral videos do actually make a pretty good money, actually, so, yeah. Alright, cool. Oh, come on. Yeah. Now, I will say this about YouTube Shorts, though. It's honestly not the best way to make money, because it is kind of like a needle in a haystack type of thing, where... Okay, maybe needle in a haystack. Okay, I guess it's more like a lottery, I guess, because the thing is that you upload, like I said, you upload so many shorts. In my case, I'm uploading a short every single day of the week, actually. Like, I'm uploading daily shorts. But of those daily shorts, only a handful of them actually do go viral. Or can go viral, as I've seen from other YouTube channels. that are making similar videos to what I'm making. Now again, in my case, it is still early days, so how long it will be until my first Forever video, I don't know yet. I'm gonna keep at it for now, though. Like I said, I'm gonna keep at it for now. I just have tried to. I will admit, I have been a little bit doubtful lately. It's like, you know, is this even gonna work, or am I just wasting my time with this? Yeah. So, but I'm gonna have to keep going because at this point, I really don't have any other choice. Well, besides getting a job, but I don't want to do that. Not until I've exhausted all my options, and at that point, yeah, I'm gonna have to get a job because it's the only way I'm able to afford a expensive mentorship program, which can actually work with me one-on-one, and yeah. But we'll see what happens. That being said, I have already made a little bit of money from these videos, actually. Yeah, I made a little bit of money. I think my highest paying short actually has paid me $5 so far, although that's as of when we're recording this video. It might be more than that, actually. I actually can have a short, which somehow is still in the algorithm despite not having a good swipe rate. So, could that be my first viral short? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But these shorts still pretty early days for me, though. So, but I try to just keep going, be consistent, and hopefully eventually it will pay off. I'm hoping to do it at some point this year, though. You know, with there only being 2 months left in the year now, you know, I can't believe it's already November, but yeah. Yeah, here we are in the late stages of 2025. It was honestly been a pretty mediocre year for me, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I will be honest, my financial situation and it, you know, or my financial struggles have ultimately made this year not a good one. To be honest, this year has been just kind of just so-so, I guess. Man, this year's been all bad. I mean, let's see. Well, if I were to say anything positive, well, it's actually a mix of like personal stuff as well as some worldwide stuff, I guess you could say. I actually had a pretty good time at the Amherst Train Show. That I went to way back in late January, which I did a video on actually, and fun enough, that's actually now become my highest paying video of all time of $25, which is insane. I don't know how that video did so well, but I guess I'm glad it did, and if anything, in that case, I'm probably gonna get the 2026 show next year out as quick as possible. Okay, not as quick as possible, but I mean, I don't know. Okay, probably will publish this Saturday actually. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what I decide to do then next year. But I had a pretty good time at that show, and well, I also got the video that actually performed really, really well, actually. Which is something I didn't expect of a train show video of all things. Yeah, typically the train show videos I make are... Yeah, I would say that the train show videos and the real life real funny videos I typically don't perform as well as my gameplay videos. But for some reason, this train show video in particular did really well. I don't know why, but there you go. I won't complain though. I like the performance, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense that like a train show video of all things was the one that got a lot of views and stuff. Then some months later, actually, came to the month of May, which two things actually happened that were interesting. Of course, Amtrak released the two Crayola ad wraps for the 8664s, and I saw both of them. I haven't uploaded a video of them yet. In fact, I probably won't do so until the end of the year. But yeah, but I saw those, which was pretty cool. And of course, we've got the Tim Tom and Friends. Tim Tom. Yeah, that's how I say it. All right, whatever. Tom Was and Friends pilot episode, which came out back in May as well to celebrate the 80th anniversary or 80th birthday of the Railway series. That was actually really cool. I'm actually really glad that they were able to pull that off. Then nothing really for a while after that. I think the next thing that was going to happen was actually in August, or late August more specifically, when Trainz Simulator 6 was announced. Alright, Netflix looks good. Okay. Yeah. Because of course we also got the Dovetail Direct stream that happened in late August. Wait, session failed? What do you mean? Oh, great, I have to do this again. Okay, I'll be back, I guess. Okay, so I'm now back, and I tried to do my red light hack where I close the game and reload it, but um, it doesn't seem like I can actually do it. So yeah. So what I've decided to do is, because I don't feel like doing all that first person scenario again, I've decided that instead we're just going to free dive. We're gonna finish the scenario here. We just pretend to finish it. Well, maybe that scenario was getting kind of boring, anyways. Also, the red lights are all completely messed up in this route in general, I've noticed. I think it has to do with these guys. Yeah, you missed a red signal. Yeah, well, there was nothing even in the way, so... Yeah, I think the red signals are just broken, so, more or less gonna go for the Amtrak scenario. Oh, it might go better, though, because that'll be probably just the main line scenario. Now, these aren't the same boxcars, but they were in the free drive, so I don't really care. Oh, this time the signal turns green. Are you serious? Wait, was it supposed to go beyond the light? Or something? Hold on. I guess so, I don't know. Alright. Well, here we are then. I guess this is how we're going to finish this video then. Yeah, this is a first. I'm going to have to complete the scenario in the free drive because, well, the scenario itself doesn't really work, I guess. I mean, you saw those error messages that I was getting at the beginning and stuff. I actually got more of those error messages every time I try to load it to this scenario again. So, yeah, I think the signal's a bit broken in this route, so, or at least in this part of the route. So, yeah, I don't know. But I guess we'll do this. And then we're not gonna back up. We're just gonna go to the end of this line, and that's gonna be the end of the video because this scenario is kind of boring. Actually, I think about. So, yeah. Oh well. At least we can finish this video. So, yeah. Well, in that case, I guess keep talking about what I was talking about then. So, yeah, so late August, of course, we had the Delta Direct stream, and I was actually really buzzing about that for the whole rest of the week, actually. Like, well, Trainz Simulator 6 and everything, you know, because the Trainz Simulator 6 that was announced, and, you know, new routes and things, and deluxe trains, and also all the stuff they were doing, the ticket. Yeah, a lot of stuff was revealed in that Delta Direct show, and, yeah, I was actually rewatching it, actually, quite a bit, actually, after it happened. So that was fun. Ironically, this route, actually, they're playing right now, actually came out in the same week as the week that Trainz Simulator 6 was announced, but to be honest, I was more excited for Trainz Simulator 6 than I was this route, so, yeah. That's why I decided not to do a video on this route until now. So, yeah. Anything else? So we had that happen. Then nothing really throughout the whole month of September. But then, October, things got interesting. Because, of course, Trainz Simulator 6 released, and I did those 2 live streams I did on it. And shortly afterwards, actually, completely unrelated, actually, Trainz Simulator 6. I actually went to an open house. And by that I mean okay, I don't know what it's the Metro North one. Yeah, I don't know if you knew about this. Well, maybe you only know about this if you're in the Northeast like I am. But yeah, back in early October, the Metro North Commuter Railroad hosted an open house inside one of the shop buildings at the in New Haven, Connecticut. Yeah. So it's actually really cool. Actually, I didn't really know what to expect going into that event, but I thought it was cool. They had all the engines and stuff on display, and then a bunch of other stuff. They had a lot of stuff there, actually. So yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video on that. I did get some footage though, and some pictures actually from that event, sort of to keep the memories of it. Well, it's not really like a proper video, like a train show video. I probably should have done it in like a train show video style, but I didn't know what to expect. Cause I don't know if it was gonna be like a shop tour or something like that, or whatever. I don't know. I didn't really know what to expect going into that event, so I was just kind of just winged it, you know. So yeah, I didn't record like a proper, like hello everybody, this is Fred Up here type of video. It was just some B-roll I just took just because. So yeah, yeah, but that was actually a really cool event. I'm really glad I was able to go to that. I was also free to attend as well, so it didn't actually cost that much to go there. So I'm glad we were able to make that happen. And that's kind of all that's happened since, actually. Although, there is still one more event that I'm really looking forward to. And it's another game release. And I've actually mentioned this in a few of my videos, actually, over the course of this year. But yeah, NASCAR 25. Yeah, NASCAR 25, at least the PC version, is now very near. Yeah. Well, the NASCAR 25 console version is actually already out, actually. It's been out now for a couple of weeks now. But of course, I don't have a next-gen console, so I haven't been able to play it. But either way, I wouldn't get it anyway because, of course, NASCAR 25 will be coming on PC, and that's the version I'm waiting for. So, yeah, NASCAR 25 PC version now just less than 2 weeks away, and I will be playing that on launch day, so I cannot wait for that. And then after that, that'll be kind of it for 2025, actually. Yeah, nothing really else happening. Yeah, other than that, just gonna be me just trying to see if I can get a video to go viral or get multiple videos to go viral so I can start making some money. Because I will say this, next year is actually pretty exciting, actually. There's a lot to look forward to for next year. Although saying that, a lot of things that I want to do next year, though, are only going to happen if I have the money to afford it. So, yeah, right now I don't really have much money at all still, so, yeah. But, like I said, I'm going to do my best with this YouTube Shorts thing. I'm going to keep at it, and, we'll see how it goes. Again, I'm in this mentorship group, so, you know, so if I had any roadblocks or have any questions, I can just ask them and stuff, so I won't be doing this on my own. So I'm hoping it's only a matter of time until I get my first viral short, but we'll see what happens. Like, as of this point, though, I can't really tell you how this is going to go. Still, it's early days, but hopefully in due time I do have it to go viral, because it seems so easy, but we'll see what happens. So, yeah. But, yeah, despite, you know, again, some good did happen in 2025, but overall, this year's been kind of meh. So, yeah. This is a year that I will, for the most part, forget about, but yeah, there's some moments that happened this year that I will remember. So, yeah, there's that, but I'm hoping next year will be much better. Although, saying that again, the only way, really, that next year is that much better is if I'm able to, you know, make big money. Now, again, there are still some things next year that I am looking forward to that don't involve, you know, my financial situation, but we'll see what happens. Again, we'll see what happens. You know, hey, still 2 months left to go in 2025, though, so things might change, or they might just stay the same. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, like I said, looking forward to NASCAR 25. Other than that, we'll see how my YouTube Shorts journey goes over the next couple of months, and see what happens. So, yeah. Anyway, well, I will say this. In terms of the Eureka Valley route, we've been spending a lot of our time here at this sort of like this NASA base, I guess. So, yeah. But that's okay, because like I said, we're going to be doing the Amtrak, we're doing the Amtrak Pass Service scenario, actually, in the next Trainz Simulator 3 video in a couple weeks from now, unless like, another new Trainz Simulator comes out, but we'll see what happens between now and then. But at least for now, Eureka Valley. I will say the rolling stock inclusion is more impressive than I thought it was going to be. Because I looked at the locomotive inclusion, I was like, oh yeah, this route's got nothing. But then I downloaded this route today, and I looked through all the rolling stock, and I was like, okay. When I say rolling stock, I mean like the you know, the rolling stock, you know, not as opposed to locomotives. And yeah, again, there's some stuff that I find really interesting, and I especially don't understand why they have the foreign stuff in here, like the British and New Zealand or Australian stuff. So, well, I don't know, maybe we'll figure that out in the next. In the passenger service video that I will be doing soon enough, so we'll see what happens. Or if you guys got an explanation of why they include that stuff in this route, please let me know in the comments. So, yeah. Alright then, well, it's a good thing that we're about to be done with this, because I am now pretty much out of things to talk about, and this video has been running along pretty long anyways, and we're just kind of just going along here. Actually, I could have sped across the whole thing, but I decided to do it realistically, so, yeah. And I'm not going to drop off each of the block cars, each of the satellites, because it's just, yeah, not much really to see with that, so, yeah. Alrighty then. Well, as the game's frozen up. There we go. Alrighty then. Well, pause, we couldn't get the scenario completed. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if that was a glitch, or if that was supposed to happen, I did something wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'll replay it scenario plan, like a, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But for now, that's the video. I'll put this boxcar right about here-ish. There we go. Alright then. You're traveling, Yomola. Alright then, so like I said, apologies we couldn't get the scenario done properly. Again, maybe we'll try again some points, but that will do it for now. So, yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next.